You're watching a special presentation of ESPN 8, The Ocho, on ESPNU.
Alright everyone, this is Big Chop starting your broadcast for the night for our Players Club Tecmo Bowl Week 9 season simulation. So the first game we have up is going to be Kevin as the Baltimore Ravens being hosted by the Miami Dolphins. Should be a good game. Let's see if Miami is going to be the first team to break this winning streak, because he is currently the only undefeated team we have left. Hopefully somebody can stop this juggernaut before he runs roughshod all over us. Clear day in Baltimore. Miami Dolphins win the toss and they elect to return. So let's get started with week 9 of football. We are officially halfway done. Tucker kicks off. Washington receive. He takes it at the goal line, brings it up. He's passed a couple runners, but he's taken down at the 15-yard line. Snap. And Tua is brought down by Kyle Van Noy. Another excellent showing by the Ravens defense. Tua under center, takes the snap at the goal line, throws the ball out of bounds. Third down and 16. Here comes a blitz, and Tua gets rid of it, and it's taken by H. What a grab by him, and he takes it just past the first down marker for Dolphins first down. We got a play action pass, but Tua decides to throw it away. We got second down and 10. Tua in the shotgun, tries to run it, but he's taken down. That's the second sack already for the Ravens defense. Tua under center. Goes back to pass, throws it up to middle to H-An, and he gets just past the Ravens defense, but is brought down right around the Ravens 40-yard line. Two under center again, goes back to pass. He's got men open, a deep bomb, but he overthrows his target. Second down and 10. Two under center, he's passing again. He lets it off in a diving catch by Tyreek Hill down to the Ravens 10-yard line. First and goal, Miami. Shotgun snap. He's got a man open, and that's a touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle. And with PAT is good. Dolphins take a 7-0 lead. So good start by the Dolphins. Despite the intense defense by the Ravens, they managed to put a touchdown on the board. Exactly what they needed. So Hill takes it from the goal line, gets to about the 16-yard line. Lamar Jackson, play action pass, rolls out to his right, throws it incomplete. Second down and 10. Jackson in the shotgun. He's got guys open. It's a deep ball, but it overthrows his receiver. 3rd down and 10, Ravens. Got a handoff and a sweep to Henry. Gets around 3 defenders, sheds one, and gets just past first down marker for a 12-yard run. 1st and 10, Ravens. Jackson's shotgun. Gets it away, a dump off to Derrick Henry just past the defender, and he barrels his way and drags the defender for a 12-yard gain. We got another play action pass. Jackson deep ball, but overthrows his receiver. 2nd down and 10, Jackson in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Goes a bullet pass just past his receiver out of his reach. Which brings us to the end of the 1st quarter. 3rd down and 10, Ravens. Another play action. Jackson rolls out to his right, dumps it off to Andrews. He gets about 15 yards. Another Ravens 1st down from the Dolphins 40. Shotgun snap, and here comes a blitz. Jackson manages to get it to Henry, and he gets past lots of defenders, barrels all the way down to about the 16-yard line. What a save by the Ravens. And Jackson takes the snap, but he is brought down almost immediately. That was a key play. And here comes the blitz again on 2nd down. He manages to get it to Henry, but he doesn't quite get back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 12, Ravens. Jackson with the shotgun snap. It's incomplete. So it looks like the Ravens are bringing out their field goal unit. We got a 32-yarder, and it's good. So the Ravens get on the board, but the Dolphins still have the lead. Tucker to kick, Washington to receive. He takes it about a yard inside his end zone. Gets across past a couple defenders, down the sideline, up to about the 22-yard line. Tua takes the snap, play action pass, and he's got men open. It's just short, but Tyreek Hill's able to compensate, and he gets the reception. He's going all the way down to about the Ravens 35. If these Dolphins can capitalize on this drive, it's going to put the Ravens in a very precarious position. Play action pass on 1st and 10, and a leaping catch by Waddle. And that's a touchdown by the Dolphins. 13-3 with PAT coming. Dolphins are in a good-looking spot right here. Sanders with the kick. It's up, and it's good. Justice Hill takes it from his end zone. He gets around a handful of Dolphins defenders, takes it to about the 30-yard line, 29-yard line. Got the snap and a handoff, and Derrick Henry fumbles it, but it is fortunately recovered by the Ravens. Wow, that's a rare miscue by Henry, but the rest of his team came through, salvaging that mistake. So instead of a turnover, it just becomes a short gain. Handoff to Henry again, and he takes it not quite to the 1st down marker. We've got a 3rd and 1. This is a crucial 3rd down for the Ravens. Shotgun snap. Lamar takes it. He's got a pass, and it's intercepted. Wow, this is not a good start for the Ravens. We got a shotgun snap by Tua, and there's another interception by Kyle Hamilton. The Ravens take it right back, and he streaks down the sideline down to about the 27-yard line of Miami. There's only 17 seconds left, so the Ravens elect to kick a field goal just to get some points. Justin Tucker's kick is up. It's off the left upright, and it is good. So 14-6, Dolphins lead. Tucker kicks it off to Washington. Takes it about the 6-yard line as time expires. And he's brought down around the 20. So it is now halftime with the Miami Dolphins. 14-6 lead, a very impressive start from them. This is not not quite the showing we expected from the Ravens. So, Lamar Jackson, he's only got 59 yards passing with that costly interception and 40% completion percentage. That's not what they need to win this game, and even with the chances they've had, Derrick Henry's only had 2 carries for only 16 yards. So let's see if the Ravens are able to come back in the second half and make some halftime adjustments and get this offense purring, because the defense is currently keeping the Ravens in the game right now. And then there were none. First loss for the Ravens. So up next we have Richie and his Green Bay Packers hosting Carolina Panthers. Richie really turned his fortunes around yesterday with a 28-point win. So let's see if this is a portent of things to come for his team. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that was a convincing win by the Packers. Looks like they are indeed turning their fortunes around. That's even... I don't know, still a 28-point win. That's back-to-back 28-point wins by the Packers. Great job there. Whatever adjustments they made, they're definitely working. We have also worked out the kinks, so to speak, in our audio broadcast. So in just a couple minutes, we'll be bringing our special guest announcer back, but in the meantime, we'll be taking a quick commercial break.
Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Tecmo Super Bowl Players Club Draft Defining Season Simulation. Here we are, week 9 of the season. We just saw a huge upset from the Miami Dolphins beating the previously undefeated Baltimore Ravens. Kevin Fleece can't be happy about that. And in the second game, Richie's redemption story continues as the Green Bay Packers beat the Carolina Panthers. And now, from NRG Stadium in sunny Houston, Texas, we have Stanley's Texans taking on the visiting Denver Broncos. Should be a barn burner tonight, everybody. Stanley, of course, coming off that big win against the 49ers last week. He looked dominant. The Texans really slowed down Christian McCaffrey and stymied Kyle Shanahan. And, of course, C.J. Stroud looked terrific, connecting with Nico Collins and Tank Dell on numerous long passes. Travis, how are you tonight?
I'm doing just fine. Let's just say I have a newfound appreciation for the skills of your professional announcers.
It's a lonely, long road to hoe, they tell me. And as we get set for the kickoff this evening, just want to take this moment to acknowledge one of our sponsors, Let It Be Sweets. When you want that high-class dessert at a casual pace, don't just let it be sweets. And Cami Fairbairns kicking off. Marvin Mims on the kickoff return here, and he makes out to just about the 20-yard line where he's getting tackled. Denver Broncos, quarterbacked by rookie Bo Nix out of Oregon. Oh, and it's a fumble on the first play of the game. And that was Williams on the fumble there. Holy mackerel. And that gets this Houston Texans crowd riled up. C.J. Stroud drops back to pass on his first, and oh, it falls incomplete in the end zone. Looks like he had his man Tank Dell wide open, but just off the fingertips. Now Stroud tucks it, fakes the run. Oh, and he just overthrows Nico Collins. Atypical accuracy from C.J. Stroud so far, as he's missed on 2 open receivers. And a third as he's under duress, just decides to throw it away. And off the free possession, that'll bring up Kaimi Fairbairn from 38 yards. It's up and good. And that's a 3-0 lead for the Texans, who kicked off to the Broncos. And on the first play of the game, Bo Nix's pass to Williams, and then Williams was immediately stripped deep in Denver territory. Nix back to pass. And it's picked off! D'Amico Ryan's defense does it again. And that's Bullock, and he's streaking towards down inside the 5-yard line. We haven't seen Joe Mixon yet. You'd think this would be a spot where the Texans would use him, and sure it is, up the middle, and there's Mixon in for the Texans touchdown. So after getting the 3 points off the turnover on the first possession, they get a touchdown off the turnover in the second possession. The try is up and good, and it's a quick 10-0 deficit for the visiting Denver Broncos here against Stanley's Houston Texans. Mims, paltry return. Nix back pass, and he is sacked by Tim Settle. Nix has been facing pressure on his limited dropbacks this evening, but looks like he's got a man open. It's Cortland Sutton, and Sutton breaks away from the defensive backfield, and he's past the midfield. So the Broncos get the big play they really needed to continue this drive. Nick's back to pass, and he overthrows the intended target. He's going back to the well there with Sutton. Nix. Oh, and the ball's tipped at the line of scrimmage. You'll see that from a rookie every now and again, where they don't anticipate the jumping ability of some of these NFL players. And Williams coughs the ball up again, and once more it's turned over by the Texans. This is Derek Stingley, one of the best cornerback prospects we've seen in a long time, and he comes up with the fumble recovery and returns it inside the 40. CJ Stroud tries to tuck it, ooh, and he's sacked. And that ends a very action-packed first quarter, which saw the Houston Texans take a 10-0 lead over the Denver Broncos. CJ Stroud over the middle of Schultz, and that's good for a first down. Stroud on the toss to Mixon. He goes around the right tackle, and Mixon man missed it. He's in for the touchdown. Joe Mixon showing off the wheels there. You don't think of Joe Mixon as a burner, but he definitely had enough burst to get by the safety from Denver, and that was Brandon Jones, who took a bad angle to miss going into the end zone there. So now it's a 17-0 lead early in the second quarter. Mims with a better return out to the 25. Nix hands off to Williams, and Williams is stopped for a short gain. Back to Williams. Sean Payton looks like he's going a little bit conservative with the game plan here after the interception by Nix and the couple fumbles from Williams. And Williams jukes a man, does a spin move, and he breaks free. Wow, he really put the joysticks on old Cody Barton there and was able to break free for a huge gain. Oh, and Bo Nix is taken down to the backfield by Derek Stingley. Again, the coverage skills, the blitzing ability, the ball skills, Stingley is the total package there. And Nix, he finds Humphrey. Humphrey makes a man miss, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. The Broncos are on the board. Jarius Humphrey, and Bo Nix had pressure bearing down on him, but he was able to sidestep that, and with left-handed release, take a different angle, and he hit Humphrey in stride down the sideline. Little Jordan Humphrey with his first touchdown of the season.
Now, are those two separate names, or is that his entire name?
Lil Jordan Humphrey. Lil apostrophe Jordan Humphrey. CJ Stroud, back to pass on first down. Fires over the middle, Dalton Schultz, ooh, off the fingertips. Stroud fired that one a little bit low. And incomplete. CJ Stroud's got a man open. It's Collins. Nico Collins well behind the defense there. And the Broncos will not catch him. It's another Texans touchdown. Stanley, the Texans owner, is flying in the Goodyear blimp above the stadium this evening. And I'm sure he has to be happy with what he's seeing so far. Try from Fairbairn is good. And Mims with his, by my count, 5th kickoff return of the half, which is quite a bit. Takes him out to about average field position. And there's Williams with a good gainer. Second down, they go back. First down, they go back to Williams, and he fumbles again. Coach Payton has to be fuming on the sideline right now as that ends the first half. That was 3 fumbles from Javonte Williams, who, of course, is coming off that gruesome knee injury last year. And it's apparent that he just doesn't have the handles this evening. The coach may want to think about putting in one of their other running backs to handle the load. But if not, then you could expect to see Javonte Williams fumble at least one more time tonight. What do you think?
Well, just looking at this this stat sheet we got here, you wouldn't think this game would be as action-packed as it has been, but there's been lots of action here. Turnovers, touchdowns, a lot of drama, and it's looking like Stanley, despite his slow start to the season, he's clawing his way back up the standings. So if he can get a win here today, that'll put him in prime position for one of those coveted upper division playoff seeds.
If you're just joining us for the season, the Players Club Fantasy Football Draft is decided by this Tecmo Super Bowl tournament, and the top 6 players at the end of the season enter into the upper echelon of the draft, of the playoffs.
Yeah, he's currently
which,
in
of course, means they get no worse than the top 6 draft position to choose their slot.
Yeah, so getting above that 6th seed is very important, because you have anybody who's seed 1 through 6 has a shot at that coveted first choice selection. He sits just above Ian. They both have the same record of 5-2. Ian representing the Minnesota Vikings, but Stanley only has a 4-point lead on him, just behind Greg hosting the Philadelphia Eagles, but he's about 69 points behind him. So Stanley may not be able to increase his seed at this week, but those point differentials, they add up week after week. It's important to not just get those wins, but get big wins. Big wins are what's going to win you that coveted spot. So looks like the teams are coming back onto the field. So let's get down to the second half of football.
And really, the first half was decided by turnovers, it seems. The Texans with 3 fumbles and the interception. And, I'm sorry, the Broncos with 3 fumbles and the interception. Texans able to keep it clean. So we'll see if C.J. Stroud can keep up that clean brand of football in the second half. Little toss out to Mixon, and he gets enough for the first down yardage. C.J. Stroud, of course, who came on strong as a rookie last year. Oh, he's in trouble in the backfield. Ooh, and he's sacked by Jay McMillan.
Looks like this Denver defense is waking up.
And Mixon finding a lot of room to the left side. He's well past the first down marker and out of bounds. It was Joe Mixon with an 18-yard gain past midfield. Now Mixon up the middle, makes the man miss, and there he is, showing off the wheels again before he's tackled inside the 25-yard line.
I may have spoke too soon.
So, just outside the shadow of the red zone, Stroud's back to pass, surveys. He sees Diggs. There's Stephon Diggs, and he's in for the touchdown. It looked like it was broken coverage there by the secondary. By my count, it was Brandon Jones and Sternad who were responsible for that man down there, as Surtain was covering Nico Collins, as he has been all evening. Next, back to pass. Pressure bearing down on him. Evades it, and he's got Cortland Sutton. Sutton for another huge gainer. That's his second of the night. His second catch, and he's nearing 100 yards. Nix surveys the field, tries to take off, as he's done so many times in college, but he's taken down in the backfield by Mario Edwards. So another sack for this defense tonight. Javonte Williams tries left side, gain of 6. I'm sorry, gain of more than 6. He got the sack yards back as well. And now Nix finds his receiver on the bottom of the screen, and that's Travis. Who is it?
That would be Lil Jordan, my man.
Lil Jordan Humphrey with his second touchdown of the day. And that gets the Broncos a little bit closer. You have to feel that the Texans will be milking the clock here for the next quarter.
It's definitely going to take a defensive stand for them to have a chance at this game.
Again, the 3 turnovers in the first half, not to mention the fumble that went out of bounds, really sunk. Oh, and it's Nico Collins. Blown coverage in the backfield. Nico Collins for a 50-yard gain. How do you leave that man uncovered? Stroud, feeling confident, back to pass, he's got a man wide open. Oh, and a great defensive play there in the second level by the Broncos. It looked like that was Cody Barton who jumped up to make that play. And here's Mixon, and Mixon running up the right side off tackle again. And that play has been money for the Texans so far today. Mixon getting up the middle. This time, the Broncos defense is ready for it. Gain of 2. Stroud back to pass. He's got a man open in the corner of the end zone. It's Nico Collins, and it's a touchdown! Texans. Nico Collins putting on a clinic here in Houston, and the crowd is going absolutely wild. No, 38-14 on the scoreboard with much of the fourth quarter left to be played out. The way the Texans defense has been playing, you have to think that Stanley's going to make up a couple of more of those point differential points.
As I said before, it's all about the big wins.
Cortland Sutton with his outstretched arms catch. Excellent. Bo Nix feathered it in there. If he had hit him in stride, probably would still be running. There's Devon Bailey with his first touch of the day for the first down. Javonte Williams tries the left side, and he falls forward for a gain of 2. Bo Nix on the bootleg, and he makes a man miss. Gets first down yardage. Bo Nix hasn't been as accurate as he had shown in college last year during this game, but he has been effective after the turnovers in the second half. And there's Williams going in for the touchdown. Javonte Williams slicing through the Houston Texans defense. And it looks like they were playing the play action and didn't account for the actual running play. And that'll cut into the deficit a little bit here, nearing the 2-minute warning. I'd expect a steady dose of Mixon this late in the game, Travis. Oh, instead they do Stroud with a designed quarterback draw, and he's taken down to the backfield.
Let's see if they can get some additional points. Try to extend this point differential benefit they get from this game.
Yeah, it looks like with 3rd and 16, the Broncos, of course, using all of their timeouts. You'd expect the Broncos to be more of a prevent defense here. Oh, and it's a safety. Wow, that was poor play calling by Bobby Slowick from the Texans there, formerly of the San Francisco 49ers. He followed DeMeco Ryans over when he became head coach. And that was just, you cannot let that happen this late in a game like this. You have to put him away.
It may not have too many implications in this game, but it will definitely have could potentially have large implications in the rest of the season.
Nix on that boot to the right side again. Makes the man miss, and he's for some reason, he chose to stay inbounds, fighting for extra yardage when he had to know they were out of timeouts. Oh, and Aziz Al-Shair coming up with the sack. Nix, it looked like a miscommunication from the center. He snapped it before Nix was ready. And now they're just playing out the string. 3rd and 17. Nix back to pass. And Sutton with the catch. And was he not touched? Okay. He gets up and fights for some more yardage. But that brings the clock down to 0 and the end of the game. So the Texans are able to hold on with a 15-point victory over the visiting Denver Broncos. And really, the Broncos dug themselves into a hole early with 3 fumbles from Javonte Williams and then the Bo Nix interception. They fought back valiantly in the second half, but it was too little, too late.
Yeah, despite the interception by Nix, he definitely put up a good fight. He had 239 yards and a 63% completion rate. So it's just those fumbles. You know, you can't expect to win too many games if you're giving up that many fumbles each game.
Yeah, the turnover battle was certainly won by the Texans today. And C.J. Stroud showing off his connection with Nico Collins multiple times. And Nico Collins, even though he was being shadowed by Derek Stingley, was still able to break away for some big plays, including the touchdown. Tank Dell also with the touchdown. And then Bo Nix finding Cortland Sutton multiple times. I thought that their chemistry was remarkable and can't wait to see what these guys do for the rest of the season.
All right, so that brings an end to an interesting game here. But up next, we have a game with heavy implications. We have Jake and his Detroit Lions hosting Ian Speck and his Minnesota Vikings. So this game, this could very well cause a large swing in the standings, with Ian and Jake only separated by 1 game and 13 points. So depending on how this game goes, either one of these guys could either drop multiple spots or rise multiple spots. So this is one of those games where you really need to show up in order to prove who you are and prove that you belong in that top echelon of playoff games.
Good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome to Ford Field here in beautiful Detroit, Michigan, for a divisional matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Of course, including all the implications that Travis previously mentioned. This game could decide playoff position. And we're underway. So after a couple of quick plays, the Vikings, led by Sam Darnold, formerly of the San Francisco 49ers, and replacing the injured J.J. McCarthy, go 3-and-out on their first possession. Short punt, fielded, and the Lions are in business past the 40-yard line to start this drive. Goff, the rare scramble from Jared Goff, not known for his mobility, we'll say, but he picks up 4 on the bus play. Now they go with the Thunder, part of their Lightning and Thunder attack. That's Montgomery down to the right side. Jahmyr Gibbs, of course, being the Lightning aspect of that tandem. Oh, and it's a blitz. Oh, and Jared Goff throws an ill-advised throw that easily could have been intercepted by this feisty Vikings defense, coached, of course, by Flores. That's a gain of 6 on the play. Jared Goff drops back. He's got a man open. He hits Williams, and it's Jameson Williams that takes the the Lions inside the red zone. First down and 10. Goff, play action, surveys the field, tries for the end zone, and he's got his man. It's a touchdown for the Lions. Amon-Ra St. Brown, one of the premier receivers in the league. And he was wide open in the back of the end zone there. He shook his man, and he was hooting and hollering, screaming for the ball, and Goff was able to find him. It looked like it was his second or third read, and wow, what an amazing pitch and catch for the touchdown. So the Lions lead 7-0 here in the first quarter. Vikings with their second possession. Darnold back to pass. Lets it fly. And he's got Justin Jefferson on the right side. Justin Jefferson, widely revered as the best receiver in the league. And Darnold just has to get rid of it. Intended for Jones, but he really intended to throw it out of bounds. And he finds Naylor over the middle. Naylor on that deep crossing route that this Shanahan-style offense really loves. Now it's a handoff to Jones. Aaron Jones, of course, coming over from the Vikings last year in free agency. From the Packers to the Vikings. Darnold under pressure. Ooh, and he just misses his tight end over the middle. 5-step drop. Darnold gets rid of it early into double coverage, and the safety was cheating over to Jefferson on that side, as any sane coordinator would ask their safety to do, and Darnold just didn't read it. Field goal try, Reichert. Well, it has a bit of an adventure, but he's up and good. And clock strikes 0 on this first quarter as the kickoff is taken up to the 15-yard line. So Detroit coming up big with Amon-Ra St. Brown. The Vikings' best drive stalled inside the 40. So 7-3. After that first down run, 2nd and 6. And, it's stopped in the backfield. Jahmyr Gibbs. And it looks like one of his linemen fell over, and he was cut short in the backfield. Now Jared Goff back to pass, and it falls incomplete. Really good coverage there by that Viking secondary. He had nowhere to go, and that brings up the 4th down and the punt. Bilal Powell on the return. And the coverage team takes him down outside of the 40. Darnold gets rid of it to Jones. Jones tries the left side, and he gets about 6 yards on that carry. Now Jones up the middle. The Vikings really want to take advantage of the aggressiveness of these Detroit ends, including Hutchinson. They love to fire upfield, and if the Vikings can get a run underneath of that, then they're able to probably break one for a big gainer. Darnold from the gun. Just gets it away, and it's TJ Hawkinson. Iowa Hawkeye. Now bring a first down. Jones off right tackle. And he fights his way forward for 6 yards. They tried Jones again, and this time that Lions defense knew what was coming. Jack Campbell with the tackle. They tried Jones again. Now that was a curious decision. When you have Sam Darnold, Justin Jefferson, Hawkinson, Jordan Addison, who we haven't seen tonight, I'm surprised they ran it up the middle there. I guess they're trying to use that aggressiveness of the defensive line of the Lions against them, and it really just did not work. First down here. for Jared Goff and the Lions after the made field goal. Goff over the middle, and he finds his tight end, Sam Laporta. Laporta having a slightly disappointing season. Ooh, and Montgomery is snuffed out in the backfield. 3rd and 7. Goff tries the same play to Montgomery, and he fumbles, and is kicked around, and the Vikings are able to recover it. Ivan Pace, and he fights forward inside the 15. So now the Vikings are set up in the red zone. Wow, Montgomery has to be kicking himself for that. Aaron Jones after the left side. Vikings under 30 seconds left in the half, call timeout. Darnold back to pass. He's under pressure. He's blitzed, and it's a sack. Jack Campbell comes up big for this Lions defense. They really had a chance to take another shot at the end zone if that play didn't work. But the sack really takes that whole idea out of the equation. And Reichert, after he makes it bouncing off the right upright, makes it bouncing off the left upright for this field goal. His 3rd of the day. It's 7-9. And clock strikes 0 on the first half of this hotly contested matchup between the Lions and the Vikings. It's really been a huge defensive game today. Neither offense has really been able to look comfortable. They're explosive selves. These teams are used to scoring in the 30s and 40s. And at halftime, neither of them has double digits.
Yeah, it seems the Vikings, they've really emphasized locking down that the running offense of the Lions. And at first, it seemed like it may have not worked out for them, but later in the first half, it definitely worked in their favor with that fumble that set them up to regain the lead going into halftime. So, yeah, the Vikings definitely have a game plan. They're sticking to it through thick and thin, and it has definitely worked out for them so far.
Yeah, Brian Flores, one of the top defensive minds in the game. Of course, been a head coach, probably will be a head coach again, pending his lawsuit against the NFL. But obviously his defense is bringing exotic pressures. They're fairly malleable to whatever offense they're facing, and they're shutting down that running game really well. And conversely, the Lions, with their high two-shell approach, they're really limiting what Justin Jefferson is able to get. And Jordan Addison, we haven't even called his name tonight at all. So I think that this game will be won in the trenches. I think that there's going to be somebody who breaks off a big run, whether it's Jahmyr Gibbs or Aaron Jones, and we'll see what happens here in the second half.
All right, looks like teams are taking the field for the second half. Let's go back down.
And Reichert with the boot out to Vaki. He's got some blocks up the middle, and he's just out past the 25-yard line. So let's see what kind of halftime adjustments are made. Oh, and Flores dials up a zero blitz right out of the gate. I don't think the Lions saw that one coming. Goff on the bootleg. He's got Amon St. Brown wide open, and he overthrows him. Jared Goff, shadows of the Super Bowl. Just out of the reach of Amon St. Brown. Oh, and this ball's tipped at the line of scrimmage. It looks like St. Brown had to step on his defender again. And that forces the punt team to come out on the field. So a 3-and-out, quick 3-and-out for the Lions here to start the second half.
Not the start you want to see.
Well, not if you're a Lions fan. And we are in Ford Field, so the crowd is not pumped on this right now. Now, Darnold, the aforementioned Jordan Addison, he hasn't seen the ball game, and now he hits him for an 80-yard touchdown. Vikings touchdown. Skull. Sam Darnold unleashes a bullet out to Jordan Addison in stride. Addison, there was nobody around him for 25 yards. I don't know where the miscommunication was from that Lions secondary. Of course, they've been decimated by injuries this season, but a miscommunication like that really just can't happen. And again, like we talked about at halftime, there's so many weapons with this Vikings offense. It's really difficult to contain them for an entire 4 quarters of the game. And Amon-Ra St. Brown sits on the curl route. He'll get some yards after the catch. Lions answering back with the weapons of their own. Goff has all day. He looks for St. Brown. And this time he does not overthrow him. And Amon-Ra St. Brown is in for the Lions touchdown. We knew this game was going to be just an all-out slugfest, toe-to-toe, mano-a-mano, just the best of the best. And we're getting punches and counter-punches here in the second half. Looks like the adjustments that both head coaches made and the coordinators are paying dividends here early. Well, just about a minute left here in the third quarter. Darnold with the play action. And they've been setting that play up all game long. And Jordan Addison again shows off his absolute monstrous leaping ability, and he's able to haul it in from the sideline, keep his footing, and dart ahead for an extra 15 yards. Darnold in the gun, looks to the end zone. Ooh, and this is tipped. Well, he's lucky that one's picked off. Ill-advised play from Darnold. Sometimes he makes those boneheaded decisions still. And incomplete pass. Brings up 3rd and 10 from the 10. Darnold. Back to pass. And this one is also tipped. It looks like he's not quite got the zip on his fastball like he normally does. Sam Darnold, that is. So he has been leaving some balls up high, kind of floating them a little bit into the corner of that end zone there, and it's resulted in 2 tipped passes on this drive alone.
But you have to respect the Vikings. They have been capitalizing on every drive they've had. That has been the difference in the game.
Very true. Goff, play action. He looks for state target. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Ooh, and he's just a bit further ahead with the ball than he should be. Oh, he's got all day in the backfield. Now pressure bearing down. He jumps, and it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. Oh, he's so speedy. So speedy. He cut the ball past the line to gain and still motored ahead for an extra 20 yards. It's a remarkable player, Amon-Ra. Jared Goff, again all day, surveys the field, finds Sam Laporta. Laporta makes a man miss, and he's inside the 30. So this Lions offense starting to wake up a little bit with 2:55 here remaining in the fourth quarter. They're a 5-point deficit. Goff looking for Jameson Williams. Ooh, incomplete. Goff. Back to pass again. He finds him 2 times. Williams turns on the Jets, and he's in for the touchdown. So the Lions will take the lead on the Goff to Jameson Williams connection. And while Williams, he's such a shifty player. Wow, look at the move he put on the replay. And that makes it a 2-point game. So the Vikings, if they get in field goal range, they have a decent kicker in Riker. He's not great from distance, but he is accurate from inside 40 yards. And they'll have just under 2 minutes to work with. Oh, Darnold takes the sack. He was rolling back off of the play action, and he cannot afford to take that sack there. 11 yards. That makes it 2nd and 21, and that was a huge mistake from the Vikings. That could be the difference in this game right now. That could be the play that broke the Vikings in this game. Darnold takes it down and runs it, and he's not getting away from Aiden Hutchinson. They call their second timeout. Now it's 4th and 22. What a startling turn of events. The Vikings, all Sam Darnold had to do was maintain a drive, and he was woefully unprotected on the first play of that drive. Suffers an 11-yard loss on a sack, and really against this Vikings defense, you can't afford to go 2nd and 20 at any point, much less with a minute and a half left in the game. Critical mistake. And the Lions piling it on. Jahmyr Gibbs up the middle for a touchdown. We haven't heard much from Gibbs today, so it's nice to see him punch one in. And that really puts this game well out of reach for the Vikings. So Ian has to be disappointed with what's happening here. I can hear the elation in Jake's voice currently, as they might flip-flop in the standings based on this result. Darnold puts one in the cheap seats. And this should be the last play of the game. Jones off left tackle. Gets away from a couple of defenders, but he's dragged down before he crosses midfield. And just a wild turn of events on that last possession from the Vikings. Travis, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it seemed that Minnesota was relatively in control for almost the entire game, but Lions were able to keep it close enough where some clutch plays at the fourth quarter, that was basically the difference on whether it was a win or a loss. So as long as you're able to maintain that that close the close score, anything can happen at the end.
Yeah, Kirby Joseph, the free safety from the Lions, was shading over Justin Jefferson all game as Carlton Davis held down the coverage there, and that's what the Lions defense chose to go with. They said, let anybody else beat us other than Justin Jefferson. And Aaron Glenn, I think, deserves a lot of credit for the game plan. He came in and he said, we're not going to let JJ beat us. We'll see where else Darnold can go. And he found Addison, two catches for 131 yards, a couple touchdowns. So Aaron Jones put up 56 yards, a little bit better than 5 yards per carry. So the other parts of the Vikings offense were operating, but old Sam Darnold just really couldn't get it done. He didn't find Hawkinson enough. He really left a lot on the table with that 31% completion percentage. So really, I think that there are a lot of ingredients that the Vikings had that could have led them to a win. Again, Flores' swarming defense really had Goff in a muddle early on in the game, but the mistakes late and the quick 3-and-outs from Darnold's offense, I think really sank him in this game.
Oh, absolutely. All right, so up next we have the New York Giants are hosting the San Francisco 49ers, owned by Chris Felice. And Chris Felice...
5-minute break?
Yeah, let's... but before we get to our next game, let's take a quick commercial break from our sponsors, and we'll be rejoining you shortly.
Welcome back to Tecmo Sports fans as we get set for the next matchup this evening between Chris Felice's San Francisco 49ers, who are visiting at the New York Football Giants. The 49ers having a mildly disappointing season so far compared to expectations going into the offseason, with a team as loaded as the Niners, McCaffrey, Kittle, Ayuk. They're surprisingly not where they want to be in the standings, but still plenty of season left as Purdy fires for a first down. He was under heavy pressure there, but he makes a great decision and finds his man for a first down. Now McCaffrey up the right side, and he stopped after a 6-yard gain. Went out of bounds after fighting for a couple of extra yards. Purdy back to pass. Ooh, and that one falls incomplete. Purdy on the play action, and he's overthrows Deebo Samuel. Deebo leapt for it, but ultimately it was over his hands. And Brock Purdy looks like he kind of short-armed that one. That'll bring out the punt unit, and Wisnowski kicks off back to the Giants. So the Giants take over, led by Daniel Jones, Tyrone Tracy, and rookie Malik Neighbors. And it's Tracy off to the left side. He's got plenty of room to run, and he gains about 13 yards on that carry. First and 10 between the 41. Tracy, they try the left side again, and again he's successful for 5 yards. Tracy has been a revelation this season. Relatively unknown, third on the depth chart coming into the offseason, and he has usurped the primary role. Daniel Jones, off target as usual. Somehow he finds Tracy over the middle for a first down. A little Daniel Jones magic there. He must have learned that at Duke. Jones tries the left side, and he runs right into the grasp of Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa, who's been relatively quiet this season, comes up huge on that sack play. And Daniel Jones for Neighbors. Neighbors makes a spectacular grab, and he goes to the end zone for the touchdown. Malik Neighbors from Daniel Jones, who again threw a pretty typical inaccurate pass, but Neighbors, with his ungodly athletic ability, is able to go up and snatch the ball out of the air and run in for the touchdown, way past the 49ers defense. I don't know what they were doing on that play. McCaffrey has been tasked with sparking this special teams unit by running back the kickoffs. Gets out past the 25. Now Purdy on the play action, and he's going to keep it. Purdy makes a man miss. He makes another person miss, and he's out to about midfield. You don't always think of Purdy as a mobile quarterback, but he's very smart when he uses it. Kind of like one Patrick Mahomes. McCaffrey off the left side, and he is just shy of first down yardage. And they do get the first down as the clock runs out on the first quarter. So let's switch sides, and Purdy, under pressure, he fires into 3 Giants, and it's picked off. Oh my word, what a terrible decision. Brock Purdy, who had 3 Giants players bearing down on him, just put it up for grabs, and unfortunately fell into the arms of a waiting Giants defenseman. Meanwhile, Jones's pass is blocked at the line of scrimmage. Tyrone Tracy traverses the field, up left, down right, and he weasels his way for a 9-yard gain. That'll bring up 3rd and 1. They go back to Tracy, trying the right side. He gets a great block from his tackle, and he springs him for the first down yardage. The Giants maintaining a drive, and Tracy's got a big hold of the left side. Tracy out to the 35, and he just inside the 35. Jones back to pass. Neighbors is wide open on the curl. Oh, and Charvarius Ward recovers extremely well. He was out of position. Malik Neighbors cooked him, but Charvarius Ward comes back to make the play. They go back to Tracy, and he easily picks up the first down yardage here. Jones, back to pass. Quick release. And this one falls just behind. Looks like there was a miscommunication there between Daniel Jones and the intended receiver. They go back to the ground, Tyron Tracy. Tracy finds a huge hole to the left, and he stutter steps. He's gone. Touchdown, Giants. That was a 30-yard burst from Tyron Tracy. It looked like he had beaten about 3 defenders. Niners taking poor angles there. And an adventurous kick is up and in. And the Niners, as they've started slow in many games this season, with about 2 minutes left in the first half, are staring down a 14-0 deficit. They have just been able to get nothing going on offense so far. Brock Purdy has looked a little hesitant in his throws, definitely not as confident as he could be. McCaffrey, they keep feeding him, and he looks okay, but when it comes to the passing game, Brock Purdy just doesn't seem to have it today. Oh, and Jawan Jennings bails out another poor Purdy throw. That one was outside of his frame, but Jawan Jennings leaps over and goes and gets it. An incredible play from the extremely talented Jawan Jennings, and he's having an amazing season. McCaffrey up the left side. He's got a lane. Oh, and he's chased down from behind. McCaffrey seems to be lacking that typical burst that he has this time of year. I wonder if the extra touches are wearing him down. And McCaffrey behind Dominic Pooney, and he's in for the touchdown. Rookie Dom Pooney has been an absolute gem of a pick for this organization. He took over the starting right guard job, and he continues to excel in both the run and passing game. And it's evident there again as he pancakes the tackle and the defensive lineman in front of him and is able to spring McCaffrey for the touchdown. 1st and 10 for the Giants. Jones back to pass. Ooh, and Neighbors, looks like Jones and Neighbors were on the same page on that play. Jones back to pass. This time Neighbors is wide open. He leaps, makes the grab. He's gone. Malik Neighbors. He's tackled at the 1-yard line. Wow, Malik Neighbors. That would have been a devastating blow to this Niners team had he gone in. But he's tackled at the 1-yard line by one of the Niners safeties. It looks like that was Malik Mustafa, who was able to chase him down after Jair Brown bit on the other side of the field. And geez, that could have been disastrous. As it is, the Giants going to halftime maintaining a 7-point lead over the 49ers. And frankly, I didn't see this coming. The Niners continue to show up flat, especially when they go cross-country and have the early start games on the East Coast. Travis, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think anybody expected this. We all expect more from the Niners, but we are only halfway through the season, and as tight as these standings are, it's still anybody's game.
Always hard to play that 10 a.m. start for a West Coast team, especially in an environment like the Meadowlands. And maybe the Malays will disappear after the half here. But the Niners played a tough game last week where they were really just beaten down. And so I wonder if there's a little bit of a hangover from that game. You'd expect the team leaders to instill some pride in this unit and come out firing, but they've looked absolutely flat for this first half.
Yeah, the Niners have their bye not until week 14, so they may be just a little bit tired now, but hopefully they can right themselves before that bye, get some rest, and then power through the rest of the season to make a real shot at that upper echelon of playoff seedings.
I tell you what, Jair Brown better start shadowing Malik Neighbors and shading his direction a little bit more, because he's only got 2 receptions, but he's averaging over 60 yards per reception so far. So I think that they've been containing Tyrone Tracy a little bit, but when it comes to the passing game, they really have to stay on Malik Neighbors if they're going to be successful here in the second half.
Excellent point. Well, looks like the teams are about to head out from their locker rooms down to the field again, so let's join them for a second half of football. Puppies!
I want to see what kind of adjustments the Kyle Shanahan and company make here. Now Marset makes a man miss, and he's out past the 30-yard line. First-time defensive coordinator Nick Sorensen really has his work cut out for him against an offensive mind like Brian Daboll. And Daboll has been, oh my God, Tracy breaks through the line. He's got to step on the defender, and he's out past midfield. Tyrone Tracy for a huge gainer. Where did they find this guy? Jones, pass is blocked. Ooh, and it falls incomplete. That could have been picked off the deflection. Niners bringing some defense. Sorensen dialing something up. But Tyrone Tracy still cannot be contained. First and goal from the 10. Jones rolls out. He's got a man wide open in the middle of the field. It's Malik Neighbors. Travis, we talked about this during the halftime show. There's one person on the field you have to account for when you're the 49ers secondary. It's Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, definitely. And Niners are going to have to change something up. This whatever game plan they came out with is not working. There's still plenty of time left. Down by 2 touchdowns, so it's still winnable by them, but they're going to have to basically play perfect at this point.
A fumble by McCaffrey, and it's recovered by the Giants, and the Giants are all of a sudden in position once again. They're first and goal. Their last 2 snaps have been first and goal. Wow, what a turn of events. Tyrone Tracy barrels ahead to 5. Jones back to pass. Oh, and he fires into double coverage. That pass is broken up by this Niners defense. And Tyrone Tracy just uncontested waltzing into the end zone. You got to figure this Niners defense has been on the field for the majority of the game. They've got to be tiring and wearing out. And it looks like Brian Daboll is happy just to keep running Tyrone Tracy into the teeth of this defense after they've been softened up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they can do at this point. Nothing seems to be firing for the Niners, and it's really wearing on that defense, we can tell from here.
You can tell by the body language, they're hanging their heads on the sideline. Fred Warner trying to get the unit fired up. McCaffrey runs into a wall of Giants after a 3-yard gain. Purdy back to pass. He's got a man open. It's Ayuk. Ayuk, nobody around him. He's to the 20. He's to the 10. The 5. Touchdown 49ers.
Let's see if that's a spark that the Niners need to get this entire team fired up. Hopefully that gets a little bit of adrenaline going into the defense. They make a big stop, turn it around, and get this game to within 1 touchdown.
Yeah, it was McKivitz and Pooney who combined to block Brian Burns, giving Purdy that time to find Ayuk open down the field. And it was really a blown coverage on the back end from the Giants. So we'll see if they can score those 2 touchdowns that they need here in the 4th quarter. Wow, Jones under pressure, and he throws it away. 2nd and 10. Jones to Tracy. And Tracy finds some more room for the first down, makes a man miss, and he's well into the defensive backfield and cross midfield. Daniel Jones tries the left side, and he's sacked by Leonard Floyd. Really, I credit Bosa for about a half sack there because he held up his assignment long enough for Floyd to come over and finish the job. So I'd credit Bosa with a half sack there. Daniel Jones on the run, and he dumps it off to Johnson, his tight end. Johnson, first down yardage. The Niners sold out going after Jones in the backfield, and they were in a man coverage, so the backs were to the quarterback, and they did not see that coming. And Daniel Jones feathers it in for a touchdown. Darius Slayton, who arguably has been his most dangerous weapon this campaign. I can remember numerous times where he throttled that Eagles defense for multiple huge gains and touchdowns. And Darius Slayton comes up big again. And Daniel Jones, you got to give him credit. He has looked poised in this game so far. McCaffrey, shake and bake. And yeah, it looks like he is not running with his usual efficiency. Purdy back to pass. Looks for Ayuk again. He's got him again. The 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown 49ers. Looked like they ran the same play they did last time, and the Giants defense bit on it again. I'm kind of surprised that Tyler Newman and Jason Pinnock would be fooled on the same play twice in a row. Failed onside kick attempt there. But the Niners do sniff out that play, and under 2 minutes they'll start using their timeouts, down 2 touchdowns. It looks bleak here for the faithful as Tyrone Tracy again weaving in and out. Good gainer. It looks like he was about to be stopped for minimal or no gain, but he wheels away ahead for 4. And this time he is stopped after a very minimal gain. That'll bring out the field goal unit. Kind of a long try. Graham Gano. Oh, it's in! Graham Gano, with probably the longest field goal of his life at 55 yards, is able to sneak it inside the right upright. With Christian McCaffrey taking on his, I would estimate, about 10th return of the day. Makes it past the 45. Purdy under pressure just gets rid of it, and this one's also picked off. Oh, and it's a fumble on the return. Oh, picked up by the Giants. So Purdy, and Pinnock, Jason Pinnock, was able to get inside the 30, and that will do it for today. Brock Purdy had a game to forget. I don't know why it only shows 1 interception there on the board when we all know he had 2. And again, Malik Neighbors, anytime they left him open, he did significant damage. They tried to limit him, but you can't stop that force. And the play where he had the touchdown on the curl right over the middle of the field, you have to figure that was a blown coverage. You saw after that play, Fred Warner on the sideline yelling at his teammates, trying to psych him up. But you really just don't know where the miscommunication came from there. Christian McCaffrey only shows 59 yards on the stat sheet here, but of course you have many more with the kick returns and punt returns. And Tyrone Tracy, they kept feeding Tracy because he would not be stopped. 16 carries, 171 yards, and the tutties. So Tyrone Tracy, clearly the MVP of the game today. He came out and brought the thunder and really took it to this Niners defensive line that has been much maligned especially since Hargrave's injury.
Yeah, this is definitely a game of extremes for the Niners, but unfortunately, the extremes that did not go in their favor outnumbered the extremes that went in their favor. It was either large gains or just blown coverage, and yeah, very unfortunate loss for the Niners. So halfway through the season, we'll see if they can rebound in the second half. Alright, so next on the slate for our Week 9 matchups, we have Chris Horner with his LA Rams hosting the New Orleans Saints. The Saints coming off a win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which was basically decided by a safety. It's a very back and forth game, but as you know, sometimes it just takes one small play to make the difference in the entire game. So we're gonna continue with this broadcast coming up next.
All right, and here we are in sunny Los Angeles at the beautiful SoFi Stadium, state-of-the-art, $2.4 billion stadium to watch the Los Angeles Rams take on the visiting New Orleans Saints. And it's Rashid Shaheed, the Saints returner, the speedster, who has a terrific return out past 45. Derek Carr looking for Chris Olave. He's got him. He's got him in stride, and he's just outside the red zone. Derek Carr from the shotgun, all day to throw, and he misfires on that pass out of bounds. And Kamara stopped in the backfield for a 3-yard loss, so it'll be 3rd and 13. Carr drops back, and he's sacked by rookie Jared Verse. Verse is having a phenomenal season. Some might call it a Rookie of the Year campaign. And there's Groupie, who kicks, and he's wide left, no good. So after an incredible return by Shaheed, the drive for the Saints falls short. And there's a first down to Robinson from Matthew Stafford. Stafford, who won the Super Bowl a couple years ago in his 16th season here at the NFL level. And his last play falls incomplete. Now he's looking deep, and he's got Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp, the pride of Eastern Washington, has been able to get inside the 5-yard line on a terrific play. Now they go Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams untouched into the end zone for a touchdown. And Chris has to be loving that. So after the stalled drive and missed field goal by the Saints, the Rams march right down the field and get a huge chunk play from Cooper Kupp. And then Sean McVay dials up a perfect run play to the left side. And Kyron Williams is able to scramble in for a Rams touchdown. They lead 7-0 here in Los Angeles. Carr, back to pass. And he takes off. He tucks it. And Carr makes the first down yardage plus a little bit extra. Derek Carr got afraid to take a hit. Now he's under pressure and he throws this one away before he gets sacked. Just under a minute here in the first quarter. and Darnold fires it into the back of his offensive lineman, and it falls incomplete. Now Carr again takes off. It looked like he had a man downfield, but instead he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage for a sack from Roseboom. I don't know if Derek Carr is not seeing the field well, or maybe his vision was obstructed, but it looked like he had Shaheed down on the left sideline. So after the Saints punt, the Rams will take over again at their own 18-yard line. Stafford back to pass, and he tucks it and runs it. The 40-year-old Stafford makes the first down. I'm surprised his wife let him run it right there. Stafford, shotgun. And again, Cooper Kupp laying out for the catch, and he is able to get a couple of extra yards after. Cooper Kupp looking rejuvenated this season. Of course, Puka Nacua, the story of 2024, and we haven't seen much of him yet. Oh, speaking of which, there's Nacua, and he's in for the touchdown. It was the double move that got the cornerback there. Wow, and the Rams go up 14-0 here in the first half. First and 10. Carr back to pass. He's looking for Olave. He overthrows it. It's intercepted. It's Kitchens. Kitchens on the pick. And Derek Carr just completely missed him. And Kitchens, the free safety who was roaming over, able to make the play. Stafford connects for the first down. The Rams in the end zone. Stafford looks for, and he just overthrows Cooper Kupp. Now, it looked like there was great coverage on the play, so it looks like he put it where only Kupp could reach it. Now he goes to the other side. It's Puka Nacua. Nacua making the contested catch. Wow, I didn't think he was gonna make that catch, but Puka Nacua showing off the strong hands to make it happen. Stafford tucking it again, not known for his mobility, and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage for a sack from Shepard. Under 2 minutes now, Rams take their first time out. 2nd and 12. What? Oh, sorry. 3rd down and 12. And Stafford tosses to Young. Young's got a lane. He's in for the touchdown. The Rams, Kyren Williams with his 2nd of the game. And that'll be a 3-touchdown lead for the Rams here against the visiting New Orleans Saints. And Derek Carr has not looked sharp today. You got to wonder what Coach Dennis Allen's going to say to him there in the locker room. Just over a minute to go. It is a fumble, and it's recovered by Chris Olave. So they don't lose possession, which is good for them. Derek Carr, back to pass. Lets it rip. And it's just out of the clutches of Rashid Shaheed. Incomplete pass. Getting shut out here in the first half. They try Kamara to the right side. He brings back, he fumbles. Oh my word. It is recovered by the Rams. Due to the clock running down, tries the field goal. It's up, it's good. And Cardi makes it 24-0. And this should be the last play of this first half. Cardi kicks it off. Wow, just utter dominance from the Rams so far today. The Saints can't get anything going. They had a chance early on, but the drive stalled. Carr made a couple of bad decisions. The kick missed, and the Rams went down and put him in a 2-touchdown hole really early on in the game. And the Saints just really have had nothing to get going. You look at Derek Carr's stats. He is the leading rusher with 9 yards on that first down carry that he had. He's got, what was that, say 16% for 34 yards? He's got 1 reception. That's awful. That's 1 for 7. They just can't get anything going. The Rams defense right now is absolutely suffocating. The sacks, Jared Verse, Rose Boom, this Rams defense, who is of course coached by Chris Shula, has been utterly dominant here in the first half today.
Yeah, this isn't just a matter of the Saints not getting anything done. It's almost as if they're actively shooting themselves in the foot. Just you really couldn't have a much worse performance in the first half there. So very disappointing by the Saints. So let's see how they bounce back going into the second half. We got the teams coming out. So let's join them for a second half of football.
Oh, and there's Nakua for some first down yardage. Stafford comes out of the half firing again. And that stuffed at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Third and 11. Stafford back to pass. And that one falls incomplete. That'll bring on the punt unit for the Rams today. And a good return. So the Saints, who have been shut out to this point, looking for something positive, and they'll get a first down. Fumble! And it's recovered by the Rams. Kobe. And he calls his shot, and he's in for the touchdown. Kobe Turner picking up the scoop in the fumble, and he's hit for the touchdown. And Travis, if it wasn't already evident, the route is on. 31-0. The Rams have absolutely taken the Saints to the woodshed today.
It's going to take just shy of a miracle for the Saints to even have a shot at taking this game.
I would say it would take something like a nuclear bomb for this result to change. With just under 2 minutes here in the third quarter, down, well, I guess you could call it 4 scores, but we can't really do PATs here, so really it's a 5-score game. With not a whole lot of time left. Now, crazier things have happened. Remember earlier on in the season when the Raiders fumbled on like 4 consecutive plays? We've seen crazy stuff before, but I'm not gonna bet the farm on it.
Yeah, it's not something that you can count on or even want to.
Oh, the Rams surely happy to play out the string. There's Williams to the right side. Oh God, he breaks through the defense. And he gets his first down. Gain of 15 on the run. Stafford back to pass. Oh, and it falls incomplete. us to the fourth quarter. Stafford drops back to pass, and is complete for the first down. That'll take them inside the red zone, where Stafford from the gun surveys the field, and it's a touchdown. Los Angeles Rams. Cooper Kupp, who is he looked great in the first half. We haven't seen him here much in the second half, but he's wide open for the touchdown. And I don't know where this New Orleans defense was, but they must have been left on the bus, because they are not here in the stadium. This is just a paltry showing from a professional defense. Shaheed brings out past the 15. Carr back to pass. He's got a man in his face. And, ooh, that one falls incomplete. Second down, Carr from the gun. Derek Carr lets one rip. It's caught for the first down. Chris Horner just absolutely putting the hurt on these New Orleans Saints here today. The Saints, who played well in their matchup last week.
Yeah, you have to wonder where that team was last week, but they just narrowly avoid the shutout. I was looking forward to that. That could have been the first shutout of the week, but New Orleans barely dodges total embarrassment.
Yeah, Rashid Shaheed, the speedster, is able to go in for the touchdown there. And of course, even their point after tries are shoddy, as that one banks in off the right upright. Whittington, oh, there's a fumble, and the Saints do recover, so maybe there are miracles or angels in the outfield or something. I doubt it, as Carr pulls it down, and he runs inside the 10-yard line out to about the 6.
Looks like they're taking this game from a complete pantsing and upgrading it to just a swirly.
Well, you got to feel for Chris Horner now when there's been a 14-point differential erased in the span of like 15 seconds. And Groupie, this time, his adventurous kicks are no good. Wow, what a terrible kicker. How is he employed by an NFL team?
You'd have to ask the Saints that.
Just about a minute left, and there's Kyron Williams, who's had a monster game so far. I'd take his rushing total at well north of 100, probably closer to 200, really, which is just phenomenal. When you look at the output of the rest of the Rams offense, Cooper Kupp, old Puka Nacua, as Stafford falls behind the line of scrimmage for a sack, and there's Williams on the toss to the right. Yeah, they're just looking to run the clock out here with about 11 seconds left. Field goal up, and it's wide right. So that'll leave time for one or two more plays for the Saints. And, well, unfortunately, Kamara went down really early, and that'll leave one more play. Kamara pitched to the right, got some room, and this game mercifully has ended. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Not much to say about that game. It's very ugly, very one-sided. I think everybody saw what happened there, and this might not be something that you may want to discuss, just for the sheer embarrassment that the Saints suffered today. It was completely lopsided. Nothing seemed to go right for them. Even when anything did good happen to them, it was too little too late, just trying to save embarrassment. But at that point, you just wonder why they just didn't roll over and die.
A truly awful showing from the New Orleans Saints. If Dennis Allen isn't fired tomorrow after this debacle, there is no justice in the world. Sean McVay's Rams, owned by one Dr. Christopher Horner, has absolutely demolished the Saints. So thanks for watching, and we appreciate your support. Cooper Kupp, 3 for 98 in the tutties. Stafford, 223 yards on a 60% completion clip. And the Rams, that'll take them up the standings a little bit, it looks like. So what a great performance from them at home today at SoFi Stadium.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 games left, but before we get to those, we're going to take a quick 5-minute commercial break. So go to the fridge, get some snacks, do what you got to do, and we'll see you back here in a moment. Alright everybody, looks like we're just gonna let the wrestling night coast by on its own merits. Thank you for joining us for this special presentation with an extra special commentator. We got 2 games left, including the big one, but up next we have Seattle being hosted by Matt Rush's Washington Commanders. Should be a good game. Matt currently holds the lead only by looks like 8 points over Kevin with his loss today, so still a tight race for that first spot. Troy's nipping at their heels, only down by one win with an equal number of losses and almost an equal number of points. So these no matter what these games are, they definitely all matter. So we'll see you next time, and I will definitely keep everybody abreast on our next scheduled broadcast. So coming up next, Seattle at Washington.